Hello students, let's understand today the property of appearance of objects which is based on hardness and softness. So let us see some objects here. There are so many objects in front of you. You can see, I hope. There is a cloth, there are some ribbons, then there is a cardboard box, there is a plastic box, there are pens. Then you can see that this is a iron nail, it is an iron key or steel key, you can say. This is a plastic lip balm container, and these are some stones. So now we will identify from these objects, all these objects, we will identify that which of them are hard and which of them are soft. So what is the criteria? First we will try to press these objects one by one. Like if I press this cardboard, it is not at all getting pressed. But at the same time, if I have taken, this is of leather. This is a container of your specs. So you see it is getting pressed. I have got a sponge here. This sponge also you can see it is getting pressed. So something which gets pressed, it is getting pressed and then it is coming back to its original form. You can see this. I am able to stretch it also. I am able to bend it. So something which is able to get pressed, that is actually a soft object. While at the same time, if I take this container and this container, if I try to press, by any means it is not getting pressed, or it is not getting compressed like this sponge which I showed you. So it means that the plastic is a hard object, this plastic container is a hard object, while this sponge is a soft object. But there are some plastics, they will get pressed also. So I will show you this. See this. This plastic which is used for covering or which is used for your packaging purpose, this plastic I can press, I can compress it. This is actually soft, while at the same time this plastic, it is hard. I am not able to compress it in any way. Okay. Now if we see about clothes like this, these all clothes, they can be compressed, they can be pressed. I have got some ribbons and they can also be pressed, they can be turned, these all. Then I have got this paper napkin. Paper napkin also can be pressed and can be folded. Same way, this is another packaging material here. It can be pressed and it can be compressed. This is, I have got one twig of aloe vera. So you can see I am able to break it also. I am able to press it. It is getting pressed easily. So these are all soft objects. Okay. Now let's look for some hard objects. Hard objects, like you can see, this is a container of plastic, and if I am trying to press it, it is not at all getting pressed. Same way we can see this stone. This stone is also not getting pressed in any way. Stone is not getting pressed. This is a key, and if I try to press it, it will not get pressed. Same way this container also, this container, all this will not get, this can be pressed a little bit, you can squeeze it to take out the contents of this. So it is not totally hard. It is hard for storing the contents inside it, but it is not totally hard because I am able to press it. Now there is another property by which we can understand. So for that I am looking for the chalk. Ma'am is having a small piece of chalk. So like if we have a chalk, so if I try to scratch it, you can see I can scratch it and write with the help of this square. With the help of this chalk I am able to write it on the cardboard. So I can scratch this. So anything which can be scratched like this, I can scratch it on this surface also, and I can show you. See, I can scratch it. So if we can scratch an object also, then this object is actually soft. This is the hard plastic container and this is the soft chalk. So chalk will be said to be a soft object while plastic container is a hard object. So we can differentiate between the objects based on their hardness and softness. This is soft object, this is hard object. Same way our this sponge is soft object. Now why do we categorize these objects? So you can see here so many objects are lying here and there. So it looks so haphazard. Now if I can categorize it or I can group it, then that is sorting is done. So it will become easier for me to select the objects. So what I will do? I will separate these objects based on their hardness and softness. I am trying to put these objects in this container of metal which I am having. So you can see one by one I am putting the hard objects into this. This is hard object. This is a cardboard container which is a hard object. I am putting it inside this. This is a plastic container. I am putting it inside this. So it is also a hard object. Then I have got here marker pen which is a hard object. I am putting it inside this. This is a pen, blue gel pen. So I am putting this also here. This also I am putting inside it. It is hard object. Then I can put this container. Actually it is having a very hard cap, but its body is not so hard because I am able to press it. So what I will do, I will segregate this cap. I am opening and I am putting in the hard object category. So all this I have got here. Then one more container I am having, this plastic container. It is a hard object. So I am putting it in this category of hard objects. Now what I will do, I will categorize my soft objects also. Soft object, you can see this is a container in which specs are kept. So this I can put here separately here. This is a sponge I have put here. You can see this cotton. This cotton also I can press. So I have put the cotton with this. There are some clothes. I have put the clothes with this. Then these are paper napkins. Paper napkins I can keep with this. Then there is some packaging material from Amazon, you can see. So this also I have put here because it is foldable and we can press it. This is a handkerchief. Handkerchief also I can keep with this. Then I can keep some other objects also, like this is another cloth. I can keep this cloth. Some ribbons are there which are foldable. So this is also soft. So this also I can keep here. Then I showed you this aloe vera. This also is very soft. So this aloe vera also I can put with that. Then ma'am is having this. You can see key. Key is a hard object. So I will put in this. With this container I will put this key. Then I have got some marble stones with me. So marble stones are also very hard because I am not able to press it. So I will put it with the hard object. Then I am having another packaging material. This packaging material also I will put with this. So students, I have segregated. Now there is a small card of paper and it is very hard. So I am putting it with the hard objects. Then students, I am having a chalk and duster here. Now chalk is a soft object because I am able to scratch it. I had shown you like this. So this will be put in the category of soft objects, while this duster. Now duster is a combination of both. It is having the outside surface from which we hold the duster. This handle of the duster is actually a hard object. I am not able to press it. But the front part of the duster by which we erase, it is soft because I am able to press it, you can see. Now why this is made soft? This is made soft so that I can erase the chalk, the material which is written on the board by chalk or by marker pen easily. So that's why it has been made soft, so that it can easily wipe out the material which is written on the board. So this cannot be put in any of these because it contains both. So I can keep it in between both of them like this. So like that, students, I have segregated my objects into soft objects and into hard objects. And in between I am having some object which is a combination of both. This cotton can be put here in soft objects. Stones are put in the hard objects. So like this I have segregated my objects. So you can see that because of this segregation of the objects, there is a proper uniformity. You can see that if suppose a person wants to pick up these materials, he can easily pick up the materials because hard objects are separate, soft objects are separate. So he will be easily able to get the materials which he wants. So that's why the sorting of materials is very, very important. He can also study the property of these materials easily. Means the soft objects, whichever we say as soft objects, how they are soft, he can understand because he is able to press them, or he is able to scratch with the help of some materials like chalk. He is able to scratch the things. So he is able to understand by this. Either by pressing or scratching, you can understand that this is a soft object. But an object is hard if we are not able to compress it and we are not able to scratch it. So he can understand that these are hard objects. So this categorization of objects into hard and soft, likewise we studied yesterday based on appearance. It is very, very important so that it is easy to pick up the object. If one of our friends says that he wants a material, like he wants a sponge, so we can easily provide from this category. But if suppose a person says that he wants a card, then we can provide from this category. So this thing is followed by all the grocery shops, the medical shops, so that they can get the medicines easily, they can get the objects of grocery easily like grains, wheat, flour, all this they can get easily. So this is generally followed by the shopkeepers, this is followed by the medical practitioners or medical shop owners. So sorting of materials is very, very important, and sorting of materials depends upon some properties of the materials. Based on the properties, we can differentiate the objects, which can be property of appearance, in which we have already studied lustrous and non-lustrous materials. Today we have studied hard and soft objects. Then we can also categorize the materials based on their roughness and smoothness. Like if we see a sponge, it is very smooth. This cotton cloth is very smooth. While if we see something like this, it is very hard. It is hard object. This metal is very hard and rough. It is rough in touch. Same with this cardboard which I was having here. It is very, very rough in touch. So based on roughness and smoothness also, we can categorize the objects, or we can sort the objects based on this property of appearance. So in property of appearance, we have studied luster, we have studied hardness and smoothness, and we have studied that objects can be rough or smooth, they can be hard or soft, they can be lustrous or non-lustrous. And we have understood that why sorting is very, very important for us. The first thing is we can get the objects easily. We can study the property of the objects. We can understand if there is any change or there is any pattern in these properties. And we can understand if something different happens, some object becomes different. Like yesterday we studied that some lustrous metals, they become non-lustrous by the action of air and oxygen on them. So thank you.